I don't mean to make you mad tonight. You blame God for your laziness. You don't understand that there's some things that you have to put some work in it. Sometimes you have to stretch forth your rod. Sometimes you have to stretch forth a withered hand. Sometimes you have to give your 2 fish and 5 loaves of bread. And you're praying to feed the 5,000, but you're holding on to your lunch. How can you say the scriptures don't work when you don't work them?
This one we've heard since we were small, I'm sure. In fact, we've probably heard it so often we could quote it. It says, whatever you sow, what? You shall reap. Here's my first suggestion on the law of sowing and reaping. Don't try to beat it. You might as well try sitting on the sun in the morning. Keep it from coming up. You'll have better luck. Whatever you reap is what you've sown. If you don't like the crop, who do you look up? Answer, whoever planted it. And where do you find who planted your crop? Answer, in the mirror. That's where you go. And if necessary, you say, a few skinny carrots? Where were you last spring? Asleep? Let me give you 7 key points to the law of sowing and reaping. Number 1, the law of sowing and reaping is negative, which simply means if you sow bad, you reap bad. If you plant thistle seeds, you don't get pumpkins. John says, how come no pumpkins? Come on, John. Now here's number 2. The law is positive. If you plant pumpkin seeds, you don't get thistles. Mother Nature won't pull tricks on you over in the corner snickering and pushing you thistles and you planting pumpkin seeds. She won't do that. Now here's number 3. See, you do not reap what you sow, but rather you always reap much more than what you sow. You don't get back what you put out. You get back much more. On the negative side, it said, if you sow to the wind, you reap the whirlwind. There's one thing better than the truth, and that's the whole truth. And here's part of the whole truth of the law of sowing and reaping. You could lose. There are times when you just lose, no matter what you do. It's that kind of planet. The farmer plants his crop in the spring, takes care of it all summer, works 10, 12 hours a day, is an honorable man. But the day before he sends the combines into the field, a hailstorm comes along and beats it all in the ground, which means you lose. It's just that kind of planet. Sometimes it's going to hail on your crop, so you got to get ready for that or you will be naive. And don't press me why. I was not in on some of the original decisions here, so I don't know how it got set up. But now here's number 7. And it goes like this. It's just another way to quote the same law. If you don't sow, what? You don't reap. You don't even have a chance. Get you some sowing going. And remember, you've got plenty of time. Some people spend enough TV time to make a fortune. Well, the average television is on in this country in every household 7 hours a day. I asked a guy one time what his TV cost. He said about $450. I said, you forgot to look at the price tag. I said, that television costs you, in my opinion, at least $12,000 a year. Owning it's cheap. Watching it is what's expensive. Pay a little, but not $12,000. And he's the guy that said, I hope pay TV never comes. And here's a good question to ask. We are all buying somebody's plan. The question is, whose? Who's got you talked into your present plan? Who's got you talked into doing what you're doing? See, 10 years from now, you will surely arrive. The question is, where? But now's the time to fix the next 10 years. And who can? Anybody. It's not what happens that determines the major part of your future. The key is what you do about it. We cannot change the circumstances, but we can change ourselves. If you will change, everything will change for you. Work hard on yourself and develop a skill. I'm telling you, your whole life can explode into change. Money, no problem. Future, no problem. Just go to work on the right thing. And start working on the inside. Work on your philosophy. Work on your attitude. And if you'll start making those personal changes, I'm telling you, everything will change for you.
Seize the moment. Do you know how much time you have left? If you put everything off until you're sure of it, you'll never get anything done.
When you have these ideas of greatness, you gotta go forward. You gotta go, man. Never wait on the right time, because the right time ain't ever coming. But if you don't do it now, when you gonna do it?
Oh, when I get all my ducks lined up. Is that right? What if it's not duck season? Defer no time. Delays have dangerous ends. You were chosen to do the greater work. That's why you're still breathing. You're not a loser. You're a winner. You were born to win. You came here winning. I'm not going to be among those who just watch and say, isn't this awful? Your people are feeling hopeless, powerless, that they have no control over what's going on with them. But you do. When life has knocked you down and slapped you around, in order for you to get back up, you got to be hungry to win.
Life demands that you pick up the pace. If you don't pick up the pace, you're going to be left behind.
You don't want to waste any time. You don't want to join the masses. The masses are home finding out what's next on Netflix. Who has the time to do that? You only want to listen to people that have done what you want to do, have more experience, people that's going in the direction of where you want to go. There's no time to be around people who are negative. That's going to rub off on you. You want to get out of line. You want to jump out of line today if you want to make it. You want to live a life that will outlive you. I don't have time to be looking at no Netflix. When you're hungry to win, you make decisions that your future self will say, I'm glad you made that decision. Thank you. People that are hungry to win are rethinking their lives, and we shouldn't be playing either. Pray as if everything depends upon God, but work as if everything depends upon you. Nothing works if you don't work. You got to take better care of yourself. You got to intensify the effort. Don't just surrender. You got to keep it moving.
Nobody cares. You know, at the end of the day, nobody cares. What we're going through, how your body feels, nobody cares. We gotta do our job.
Buddy, when motherfuckers tell you you can take a break now, yeah, you're fucked up. As long as my knees are halfway working, I got to run. You telling me maybe a chance I can't run no more? Give me an excuse to fucking not do shit. But as long as I have no excuse, I gotta do it. But I was happy where I was. I gave everything. I gave everything to who I am. And when you give everything, man, you have no regret. People didn't understand me. People don't understand me now. I don't give a fuck. I know exactly what I was doing. I'm not a masochist. I'm not crazy. I'm not this and that. People try to title me and label me. No. I had something to fucking do.
No one can work out for you. It doesn't matter how much money you have. No one can learn skills for you. And so in the early days, like, it feels so painful because you're like, you look around to see who can help you, and then you're like, fuck, it's me again. And so you always have to be the person who roots for you before everyone else does, because the path of the exceptional person is one of an exception, which means that you are not with other people.
Work your ass off. There is no magic pill. There is no magic out there. You cannot get around. You have to work and work and work. I can tell you, it's work. And it drives me crazy when people say that they don't have enough time to go to the gym or to do something for 45 minutes to an hour a day to improve. There was not one single minute that I wasted. And this is why I'm standing here today.
You want to become best. You want to become champion. And now you want to say like you tired? Who cares? You tired or not? Nobody cares about you. He was tired, he had personal problem, family. Nobody cares. Without you or with you, there is always gonna be champions. With your name, this is your choice. You wanna put your name there? Okay, work hard. No? Bye-bye.
I get happier about the harder it is because I know that no one else will follow. And I think if you can shift from this is hard to no one else will be able to do this, then it flips from being this thing that you're like, oh, poor me, to oh, poor everyone else who's going to have to fucking try. And I think that is so much more motivating as a frame for the exact same circumstance.
Work your ass off so you can enjoy. Yeah, you're taking a shot. You know, you may not live to be old, but what if you do? And you worked your ass off and you were able to fucking get up early, able to grind. If you front load it properly, the back half of your fucking life is money. And that's what I did. The second I realized that, man, you are a piece of shit, we got to get going. Because at 47, man, you're not going to be able to do any of this shit. 50, whatever you are. So I front loaded. So all these bad things that have happened to me, I sit back and go, man, how are you handling this so well? Motherfucker, I've done it. I front loaded. I have the money I need. I have the success I need. I have the fucking, the determination, the willpower, and also the pride in myself. So when I wake up every morning, I know who the fuck I am. Man, when you fucking give what I've given, and motherfuckers like to say, oh, fuck you. You don't fucking know shit. Which makes me who I am. I've given everything. People make, oh, you ran on fucked up knees. You taped your feet up. You did blah, blah. You had 2 heart surgeries. You kept on going. Yep. Sure did. I had somewhere to fucking go. I had somewhere to fucking go, and I got there.
Whenever I get to a low point where I think, why do I even bother? I just remind myself, this is where most people stop. And this is why they don't win. And this relates to another one, which is a reminder for the gladiators in the arena who feel beat up and scarred with no hope in sight. Building a business is hard. Hard feels shitty. This is what hard feels like. And this is why most people can't do it. But you can.
What's the story? Are you not happy, or you're only half happy, or?
Still to be happy about.
You're up too old?
Job's not finished. Job finished? I don't think so.
These challenges that you face, they're going to do their best to take you down. That doesn't mean give up. In fact, it means it's time for you to fight harder, to dig in. It won't be easy. It will be hard because life is hard. That's what life is.
Hello everyone. Today our topic is believe in your greatness. A scene's landscape with a great music playing in the background. In these quiet moments of reflections, there are lines of in a truth waiting to embrace, to cut a sense of personal achievement, moments of joy and discriminations. You have forced challenges, hedged on defects, expressions, and expectations, shown realizations in adversary to sense and transactions, a growth of learning and self-discovery. Your journey is testament to your strength and courage, a unwavering script, shrouded by those who believe in you, who have discovered the power within a source. Since shift to a mirror, reflection on the protagonist. Look now in the mirror, see the greatness that resides with you. The project of smells confidently is believing in your greatness, It's your inquiry goal to the world. At the sense of photo guide its work to confidently into your future. Advertising that's uptime on your belief. That's for enough. It's a good achievability and script aims of inspire and frame the viewer believe in their own greatness throughout the imagery, reflection and iconizations.